Okay, quick. If you're old enough to answer this question, what were you doing on August 9th, 1988? Well, I know what Wayne Gretzky was doing.
Promised mess I wouldn't do this.
Yeah, that's right. It's been 30 years since the biggest trade in hockey history. Check that. Sports history. As Wayne Gretzky was traded from the Edmonton Oilers to the LA Kings. He just won his 4th Stanley Cup and his 2nd Conn Smythe Trophy. He was hands down the best player in hockey, and some were already calling him the best player of all time. Why would they trade him? Okay, let's go through this thing. First off, the pieces of the deal. Gretzky, along with Marty McSorley and Mike Krushelnyski, were headed to the Los Angeles Kings. Coming the other way, Jimmy Carson, Martin Jelena, the Kings' first-round picks in 1989, 1991, and 1993. Oh yeah, and $15 million in cold, hard cash. Okay, but why did this happen? Well, there was plenty of blame to throw around back in 1988. Some blamed Gretzky's new wife, Janet. They'd been married less than a month, and she just happened to be an American actress. Where did they make a ton of movies again? Many blamed Oilers owner Peter Pocklington and his very public money problems that would disappear with $15 million in his pocket. But the real reason is pretty simple, and it's actually laughable by today's standards. Gretzky was going to become a free agent. He had a year left on his deal and was not going to sign an extension until the contract was up. He wanted his fair market value, and the Oilers didn't want to lose him for nothing. Seems fair, doesn't it? So he traded his blue and orange for silver and black, and suddenly hockey was cool in LA. Celebrities started coming to games. More surprisingly, people were actually coming to the games, and rinks started popping up everywhere, and little kids all wanted to play hockey with number 99 on their back. But perhaps the biggest impact came to the game and the league itself. Remember when he said this?
I think will not only be good for Wayne Gretzky and the LA Kings, but I think a move that'll be beneficial to the game of hockey.
Well, he was right. Hockey's new popularity in the United States led to expansion. You think the Sharks or the Ducks would exist without the Gretzky trade? What about the Lightning or the Panthers? Thanks to Gretzky having more eyeballs on him, the trade grew the game at a rate no one thought was possible. It's also thanks to perhaps his biggest accomplishment, his ability to promote the league. Before we go, here are a few more things you may or may not know about the trade. Did you know that when Kings owner Bruce McNall called Gretzky to tell him the deal was done, the Great One was in LA house-sitting for Alan Thicke? Not only that, he was babysitting Alan Thicke's son, Robin. Another thing that made this deal so unique was that it was negotiated by the two owners, not the general managers. Oilers GM Glenn Sather was so mad that this was done behind his back that Pocklington had to give him 5% of the Oilers as an apology. The trade was actually discussed in Canadian Parliament. An attempt was even made to label Gretzky as a national treasure so he couldn't be traded to a team in the United States. The day after the trade, the Edmonton Sun had the headline, 99 Tears. Oh, and just a little bit of bonus coverage. Finally, just minutes before the famous press conference announcing the trade,
we apologize for the delay.
Peter Pocklington and Glenn Sather took Gretzky into a back room and said that it wasn't too late to back out of the deal. But the Great One wanted to move forward. This trade's going to be talked about for, well, forever. Books have been written about it, documentaries done, and without fail, every year someone will say, if Gretzky can get traded, anyone can. And that is why it's the biggest trade in sports history.
It would be beneficial for everyone involved to let me play with the Los Angeles Kings.